So during the movement control, although we know that we cannot go out and make zakat payment as usual, so as for Muslims, they still need to pay their zakat, so we are planning to make it online. So for my part, I'm going to brief to you guys the flow chart of this system. So this is the main flow chart of the system. Okay, let's start. Okay, then we have here for loop. This for loop is the biggest loop for this entire program. Okay, later I will explain about this for loop. We start with declare start profile user to read the user profile, just set load out array 3. For A, the lower than 3 equal to 0, out A equal to 0, then A++. This will loop 3 times where it will read the user info. And then we have welcome function and select function, we call it over here. And then we have switch set. This is for case A, and if it is yes, then it will call zakat simpanan function, zakat emas function, and zakat perak function. You will calculate the zakat simpanan, zakat emas, zakat perak, and it will display over here. This is a break statement. Same goes to case B, where we choose zakat simpanan and zakat emas. It will call, the function will be called, and then it will calculate the zakat simpanan and zakat emas, and then display it over here. Same goes to case C, case D, case E, until case G, the last one. Okay, we are going to call zakat simpanan function. We will calculate the zakat simpanan function and then display it over here. But if the user input is wrong, then it will display wrong input. Then we will exit. Then this is for the char prompt. For the char prompt, this is declaration of char prompt, character prompt, and then we are going to call the function cell summary. This is where the function we are going to make the summary for the user. It's like a receipt so you make a payment. And then switch prompt. For this is where the user will be asked if they want to save the summary into their device or not. Okay, if they say yes, and then the summary will be saved to their device. Okay, and then this is a loop check. This loop check, the system will ask the user whether they want to make another calculation or they want to exit. If they want to make another calculation, then they are going back up over here. They are going back up to this loop. This is the overall loop for this entire program. Okay, but if the user say no, then it will display thank you and have a good day. And later I will show you the function definition. Okay, all the function definitions.
Okay, I will explain about system advantages compared to previous system. Previous system we use a calculator to calculate zakat. It takes time to calculate zakat. Calculation cannot be repeated and the calculated value may not be correct. Okay, system advantages: to make it easier for user to calculate zakat more easily and precisely. Next, to upgrade the existing system. Next, the program will save the summary automatically into program file. Okay, next, calculation can be done repeatedly. The current value of gold or silver is not fixed and can be entered at the current price. Okay, the last one is the amount of zakat nisab is calculated during the calculation and stated.
Assalamualaikum. Hello. So I'm going to present on the target market. So target market. Since zakat is one of our rukun Islam, zakat is a religious duty for all Muslims who meet the necessary criteria of wealth. It is mandatory, wajib, charitable contribution often considered to be a tax. The payment disputes on zakat have played a major role in the history of Islam. Okay, so therefore, our conclusion: anyone who is capable of performing zakat is our main target for this market, to help them to calculate things easier and to perform zakat easier. Thank you.
So on my part, I will explain about the coding of the program. So on our screen, we can see at the left side, we got the program IDE, and the right side, we got the up and running program. So let's scroll on the program. So the first function that we use is called select function. In this function, program will prompt the user to select which particular calculation will be made later on, and then it will collect the selection combination from the user input, and then using the if-else statement, it will enter the selection combination into a single unique character data type. For the next three function, which is the zakat function, user will be prompted by the program to enter two value, and then the program will execute a particular calculation. Then this product of the calculation will return into a float data type and will be stored in the main program. So for the next function is cell summary function. In this function, user will be asked whether they want to save a summary in the program file, and if yes, the program will execute the summary function. In this function, user will be prompted by the program to enter the details such as first name, last name, and email, and the program itself will automatically save a summary in the program file by using the file handling function. So for the last function is called loop check function. In this function, user will be prompted by the program whether they want to make another calculation. If yes, this function will return integer data type into the for loop statement of the whole program, and if yes, it will become true, and then the whole process will rerun once again. So now let me test the program itself. So the first one, we have to make a selection of the particular zakat that we want to calculate. So let's say we want to calculate zakat on savings and zakat on gold, but not on the silver, so we put minus there. And then the program will ask to input a value for gold price per gram for number 1. So let's say we put 240, and then the total savings, let's say we got savings 30,000 ringgit. So the program will calculate and display the total zakat that we have to pay. And for the next is zakat on gold. So the first is we have to input the gold savings that we got. Let's say we have 90 gram of gold, and second is gold price per gram. So we put 240, And then once again the program will display the total zakat that we have to pay on zakat on time. So the next thing is program will prompt the user whether they want to save a summary in the program file or not. So now let's say we want a summary, so it will prompt to enter the first name and the last name and email address. And now the summary is automatically saved in the program file, and the program will ask for the last time whether we want to make another calculation or not. So we put it minus there, and then the greeting message will be displayed, and everything is done. So next, if we navigate into the program file, we can spot one file which name with our first name, and if we open it, say we open it with the WordPad application. So here we can see our details which we entered on the previous program, and the total of the calculation that we made is here. Everything is here. This file is also printable if we want to, and this will be a reference for the user itself.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and I'll be talking about conclusion and recommendation. First of all, this zakat online payment can be used as a medium for us to calculate and fulfill our duty as a Muslim. And second, there are no excuse for us to not to pay zakat, because there are so many ways for us to discover whether we need to pay zakat or not. And this final project can help us to determine whether our simpanan, our emas and our perak need to be paid zakat or not. And lastly, we already applied every lesson that taught by our lecturer, who is Madam Farhana Binti Mokhtar, in order to complete this final project brilliantly. As for recommendation, I recommend this final project for people that tend to know their property need to be zakat or not. They need to use this method. And second, they also need to keep updated on their property worth, whether they need to pay zakat or not on the next year, because zakat need to be paid only once in a year. And my last sentence is, I hope that this final project will be evaluated accordingly to your criteria and will be graded excellently. And thank you.